Good afternoon and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video because in this video you are going to get some updated helpful information, and that's the main point of this video. Nothing has really changed from our weekend update, so if you really want a full length update video, we're going to talk about some stuff today using these type of moves, but today the main point of the day is going to be get you guys those monthly expected moves, and we're going to do that in real time, right? Back here and in these type of moments, wouldn't you have liked to known where, when this curls up, it is really likely to get to? And 618 was open for that. And now we have to see if we are going to see some kind of reversal signals, and that has not changed at this point. Something interesting here is the Qs were able to close just outside of that monthly expected move, but now we can utilize these moves for certain things. We do have daily expected moves as well. I just want to make sure we get through the monthly ones to start off. So let's just update those early on in this video, and we'll see right away. We see 642.25 to the upside for the SPY, which means this line up there is going to change as well. We'll maybe update that in a further video if we're able to break through these kind of moves, but that would say that 493.45 would be a great level to get to. So if we do end up seeing some kind of pullback, we can look for this type of area if we're there early on in July. But if we're going to extend the move, maybe we're able to break down to there towards the end of the month. So we will be watching markets very critically around this time. But if you're looking for an area that you can pay attention to for the daily pullback, well, I would be looking for if in July we see the SPY head down below 593.45 and you see reversal signals. If you see a 2-hour divergence down here, it's very likely that the daily pullback will be finished at that point. And if you're wondering, hey, if we're going to just squeeze into oblivion, we're just going to see that absolute blow off, hey, you could pull back and then end up going all the way back up to 642. And if you make your way up there, well, then the bulls are really in control. And then you're probably not going to revisit these levels, but instead revisit something a little higher up. If you needed the daily expected move for the SPY, you have 621.04 to the upside. You have 614.66 to the downside. 2-hour pullback would be something that we are still paying attention to. And now you have the potential reversal signals for it. But are we going to actually see these play out, right? Multiple times we have seen where you get a blip of weakness into more strength, and we'll see if that's going to take place now, with the most probable thing being with all these divergences and the divergence now on the RSI and MACD at the same time. They are not confirmed, but this would suggest if it does confirm that you are going to make some kind of downward trend here to potentially curl up later on for the 2-hour pullback. So that's something we'll be watching, and the Qs are in a similar boat. So we have daily expected moves there, but we are going to update the monthly expected moves first thing. The monthly expected move for the Qs is 578.54 to the upside. So way, way up there. And to the downside, an area we can pay attention to for a potential pullback would be this level right here of 524.74. So we look for what? Well, if we're going to hold up better, we actually would like this daily chart to pull back into this zone to actually head higher. That's right, we have risen the floor. That is why we haven't talked nearly as much about 480, but instead suggested paying attention to 516. And then we get our monthly expected move that at least shows its face in that zone. And you can say now, if we end up down at these levels, I can look for reversal signals right around 520 to 524. That would be fantastic. So very, very nice for the market to do this. You can see that the 30-minute as of today set up a bunch of points of divergence, and we have not seen a good confirmation of that divergence just yet. So we're waiting. There was potentially one little one here, but a quick management for the trade very, very quickly. You have 555.21 for tomorrow to the upside. You have 548.07 to the downside. It is a shortened trading week, so we do have the opportunity to keep seeing that little squeezing type behavior all the way into the 4th of July. This is why we were saying that it seems back in these areas. Do you see how it just helps your trading a little bit to realize, hey, if we pull back and we curl up, and with those 30-minute divergences on the Qs, we got to say thank you to that. The 30-minute divergences on the Qs led to the 2-hour pop, right? And the 2-hour crosses up and we see upside. That's exactly what told us that we can remain, right? The 30-minute divergence, right when we saw that, we said, hey, it's the stock market, Qs, SPY, they're really posturing like they potentially want to continue this at least into July 9th. So we will be watching for that. So what we're looking for to set up here for a divergence is the 2-hour to pull down, and then you're able to curl up into positive territory, which would mean that if this is going to play out, the 30-minute could go through something bad, then curl to the upside and curl back down. This would give you that left head and right shoulder to get that full 2-hour pullback, and then we'll have to see if the bulls are able to take control. But right now, I am heavily inclined to pay attention to divergence and to pay attention to lower highs in the market. As we look at the last thing that I can take care of, guys, I was at the hospital again, and we have a hospital appointment tomorrow. An hour and a half after the open, so I'll have to get off. I got to take care of baby girl. Mama has to go to the hospital again. Unfortunate, but we will get through this. For the 2-hour chart, we are up by that center line, meaning we could just turn down right now. Now, there is the availability that volatility scales up and makes a higher low while the market makes a divergence. That is very possible here. You see that the 30-minute didn't necessarily have the best divergences. It did have one on the RSI, very wonky there. And we're coming back down into this area. We haven't really made a new low. So if this is going to be the time where we flash up and really create that divergence on the MACD and RSI at the same time, we just see a little 30-minute pullback, some kind of drop tomorrow, and then we end up popping up. That would be very interesting, but there is the availability to raise that floor for a moment, right? See that volatility come in for a bit of time, and then we're able to pull back on that 2-hour. I just look at volatility right now, and I'm heavily inclined to pay attention to what? Well, what normally turns around volatility is 2-hour divergence, 2-hour higher low, 2-hour divergence, bam, bam. Right here, do you see 2-hour divergence or a 2-hour higher low? We don't. So if we do, we need to be watching. So the other interesting thing was we were pointing out, and some people on Twitter have talked about this as well. And I know that's not like something good, but like a good piece of analysis. But at the same time, more and more people are starting to talk about the fact that something bad could happen over 4th of July weekend. We pointed this out a couple weeks ago. We just said, hey, you see all these protests happening, you see how they're getting crazy. Watch out for a day where we're supposed to be celebrating America on July 4th, because that could be a dangerous time. So this is just not necessarily a warning, just a, hey, a friend here, be careful with your family, make sure you are in control of your situations, and don't do anything stupid, maybe have one beer less, because I think there are some risky times as of right now, and I think people in general are pretty volatile, so just be careful with that. But that means what? According to these signals here, if the 2-hour does drop right now and we see more squeezing, and then the 2-hour gets a reaction, we don't necessarily have to go up into July 9th. We could set a trap right before July 4th. So I just wanted to point that out towards the end of this video, but overall we're looking for a 2-hour reversal signal from volatility that turns up the daily chart and confirms this divergence. You do have daily divergence on your RSI. You do have daily divergence on your MACD at the same time. So this is going to be a time to have your risk glasses heavily on, all the way up, full opacity, right? Full risk awareness here. You can, this is where it's like, hey, it's okay to still trade, but at the same time, you have to know the environment. And right now, you're at risk of seeing some kind of drop unless you get some kind of mega pop at this point. So we're still paying attention to the same things. I hope that you guys were able to get these monthly expected moves. Don't pay attention to the dotted yellow lines. We will fix those for you in a future video. But 642.25 to the upside for the SPY. We have 593.45 to the downside for the SPY. And Patreon members, we are putting out the updated monthly expected moves tonight. So hopefully you're able to log on and get those. If you want to join Patreon, the link's down in the description to get these lines on every single chart on the right side of your screen. We have a bunch of stocks to pick from, a lot of the Mag 7 and a few other popular ones like Palantir, AVGO, JP Morgan. So we have a nice little mixed bag there for you. And also we are going to do one of those update videos, kind of like a Sunday prep video, talking about the monthly expected moves in the next few days. All right. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Sorry to have to make it a brief one, but I hope you guys enjoyed getting these moves. Let's show off the Qs one last time, and then I'll hop out of here. The Qs important levels are going to be 578.54 to the upside and 524.74 to the downside. So let's just pay attention to this. Pay attention to our risk and trade like water. Trading like water just means we're paying attention to those rocks down the stream. We know that there is some risk in the market, but if we want to keep trading, we just need to be paying attention to those risky rocks out there so that we can end up in the meadow and not in the sewer with the it clown. Thank you guys again, and I hope you have a fantastic night. I will see you in the morning, all right? Peace out.